Hello, my equal community of YouTube people. And I say equal, I mean, you know, you guys are always are here to support me. And I'm very, very sorry to say that I know a lot of you have commented on past updates and I have not even, well, I read everything and blah blah, but because of what's going on in my life, which I'm about to tell you about, even the ability to click like, the ability to, sometimes the ability just to bloody breathe. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. And it's partly due to a medication I'm on that they prescribed me for. I have bouts of bipolar, manic depression, whatever, and so yeah, I need like a mood stabilizer and an antidepressant. But if they leave me on the mood stabilizer too long, then what happens is, if that's normal mood and I function at that, and then it goes like that, the mood stabilizer starts like bringing me down to like that, but then it goes like that, and so I'm kept in a constant state of low mood, and that's why I need a mental health team to, or a mental health a mental health doctor, psychiatrist, to oversee that. I need to rotate my medications so that I'm on a mood stabilizer for 5 to 7 months. Then I need to swap back to straightforward fluoxetine or Prozac for I need another 7-8 months, maybe a little longer, and then maybe I might need a mood stabilizer again, but I need a combination of that, and that. And that is part of what mental health services provide me with, because my GP, or because of the practice that, the GP practice that I'm with, has many GPs that are not necessarily qualified in mental health. So yeah, I'm in loungewears, of course. Yeah, that's why I go to them when I've got a sore throat. I go to them when I've got, a persistent cough or whatever. But they're not the ones that are responsible for me going there saying, right, well, my mood stabilizer is keeping me at a very, very low level. I now need to swap back to my fluoxetine, and I'm actually telling them what I need. And they're just like sat there going, whoa, okay, but your community mental health team should be doing this. And I'm like, yeah, But this is the interesting part and reason for video. Community mental health team have decided to dismiss me from their services. And this letter, which for my own, what's the word? Only because I know people commit fraud and all sorts. Where's my detail? Yeah, okay. I've covered up my detail, so if any fraudsters want to rob me, they can. But, yeah, letter. Essentially, from a distance, letter, which is like, they always do a letter with the last meeting I went to, which was like a CPA meeting, my community mental health recovery service, not even community mental health team, community mental health recovery service. They got it all worked out. My CPN and psychiatrist, of which my CPN isn't even my CPN. She's an OT, as she pointed out. My CPN, or ex-CPN, she got promoted. Fair play to her. She used to come and see me at my flat every couple of weeks, which was grand. Brilliant. She used to come round, see me, we'd have a chat about how things had been going, what was going on in my life. Ow, my backside. Ow! I never said my backside to her. I've said my backside to you, because I'm in really, really thick, furry pyjama trousers. But sat, I'm saying it very hard, so now I'm sat on a yeah. Yeah, she got promoted, but she used to come and see me every couple of weeks, just where she'd come in, we'd have a chat, I'd tell her things that were going good, things that weren't going good, and then once a month or once every couple of months, I'd have an appointment with her and my psychiatrist at my mental health building, which is like, not far from where I live. And we discussed if my medication needed changing, what was going on with me, and what they could do to help, blah blah. It all worked. It worked. And then 2014 happened. And yes, I'm having a glass of, not quite sure what. There's been an event going on today. Charity event. Just out my window. Over the lake. Which I'm going to upload to YouTube later. After this. Brilliant day. I won't go on about it now. Just watch. It's so cool. They're only like 1 minute 30 videos that I did on my phone. Anyway. Yeah. Interestingly, that psychiatrist, he was brilliant. He got qualified in eating disorders whilst I was incarcerated under a Section 3, which to people who don't understand or know what that is, that's a 6-month section under the Mental Health Act, which kept me in hospital for 6 months, and actually activated my diagnosis of PTSD, which now appears as one of my 3 main diagnoses on my mental health history record. But because I won't engage with eating disorder services anymore, because of that, which I think is understandable. Yeah, going back to what I said originally, this letter is probably the jokiest joke of all, because they're dismissing me, because what they've done, they've said, they put all the crap at the top. Yeah. Syrian boldness, NHS trust, and all the rest. And then they put my name, date of birth, and my address, and then they put diagnoses, of which there are 3. These being, and this is what has fucked me off, pissed me off. Number 1, anorexia nervosa. Bear with. Number 2, emotionally unstable personality disorder. Yeah, we all know what that means. I call it borderline personality disorder because when I was diagnosed with it, that's what it was called. So to me, that's borderline personality disorder. DSM, whatever it is, can call it what it likes. It's borderline. And then my third one is post-traumatic stress disorder, which was caused by the events of 2014. So, essentially, they rehearsed the whole bloody thing at the last time I went to see them because they wanted to get rid of me. And everything they tried to offer me, what can we do to help you? Oh, perhaps I could get, some talking therapy to do with that. No, your BMI is too low. We can't offer you that service. Your BMI is too low. Which means that your cognitive skills mean that offering you that therapy would make you susceptible to blah blah. So we can't offer you that. So let's move on. What else can we offer you? I said, well, perhaps you could offer me what I used to have, where my CPN at that point, OT. That's right. I'm not a CPN. I'm an OT. I was like, yeah, well, okay. So why can't I have a CPN? You're an OT. Allocate me a CPN. You go and deal with somebody else, and I'll have a CPN. And there was an exchange of glances. And they were like, okay, yeah, okay, it's a possibility. But anyway, what else can we do to help you? I was like, well, I need, my medication. I need a balance with my medication. I'm struggling with this. Again, your BMI is too low. We can't safely put you on one thing and then move you to another because we never know when your BMI is gonna drop, or maybe go up a little or drop a little. We don't know. Essentially, we need to go back to eating disorder services. And I'm like, at this point, I'm sobbing. My CPN is no longer there. My psychiatrist is essentially given up on me. And the crux of it is, we're going to hand you back to the care of your GP. I went to see my GP. And when I explained this to her, even though they were supposed to have gotten a copy of this letter, where they swapped the diagnosis around, borderline personality disorder is the reason that I have the anorexia and self-injury and self-harm and alcohol problems and anxiety and depression and self-hatred and and let's go on forever, but let's not. Let's just get to the crux of it. I have borderline personality disorder, and that is why I suffer the sub-illnesses that I do. And yes, anorexia has taken over my life because of the abuse I suffered in the unit in 2014 that has now caused me to also have an additional diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder, for which I cannot get treatment because my BMI is too low for them to safely treat, apparently. So, you know what? They're going to refer me now. So my GP is going to refer me to an area a couple of miles down the road. I can leave that place. I can go somewhere else for treatment. It's just crazy, and I'm really, really, really sorry. And once again, I just want to say thank you to new subscribers, etc. But I'm aiming this really at the people that have like watched my channel for a while and get where I'm coming from. But I'm like, do you know what? What is happening to mental health services? I can't do it. I can't take it. Because now, my GP couldn't change my medication. My GP couldn't say, okay, right, well, you've been on the mood stabilizer long enough. Yeah, I can see now you need the fluoxetine back to bring your serotonin levels back up. Blah, blah. Even though I could have sat there and told her that and done it. But no, it needed a mental health qualified person to oversee that and sign it off. But because these bastard fucking idiots have decided to dismiss me, I've got to wait now until the next area along hopefully will take me on. Then I can go back onto that. And in the meantime, I've just got to survive. And yeah, yeah. And I'm really sorry if I don't like or click like or comment on comments, or I read, I like, I smile at every one of them, but at the moment I'm effing fucking struggling, and this video is nearly 20 minutes long, and if you're still watching, God bless you. That is loyalty. But I'm really sorry, that is just what is going on at the moment, and that is why I am so disengaged with shit. Anyway, I'm hopefully going to upload in the next hour a couple of 1 minute 30 videos of what's been going on the lake right outside where I live today, which was lovely, with my carer and my my neighbour who lives right directly above me. You can probably hear every word of this because like the walls are too thin and ceilings and stuff. But yeah, absolutely screwed. Mental health is screwed in the UK at the moment, and the worst thing is nobody seems to give a fucking shit. And what makes it worse is I want to help myself, and all I ask for is please just continue to give me somebody to help me help myself like you were doing. All I ask. And Anyway, love you, leave you out, update soon. Take care, and good evening.